Good morning and good evening, Pulsicans. How are we doing today? Are we still enjoying the Trump pump, or are we getting scared because of the small pullback? Bitcoin's pulling back a little bit right now. We'll see what happens, if it's going to continue pulling back or not. We seen Ethereum still cannot get it cannot bottom against Bitcoin yet. It just keeps going down. So we'll see. I think all these things will kind of shift as we get towards the end of the year. So how's everyone feeling today? What's going on with everybody? There's one thing I do want to show you guys, though, that is super, well, I got a couple things I got to show you today that's super bullish. But this, guys, you guys come here for the secret chart, right? You're always coming here to see how Pulse is doing against Ethereum, because we know Ethereum is a blue chip asset and we need to measure our success against the top dog. I mean, obviously you can say Bitcoin's the top dog, but I like measuring against ETH because we know there's 317,000 Ethereum in wallets that like to buy our stuff. And so knowing this, check out the secret chart today, guys. This is super cool. I was excited to see what is playing out. Now, I don't know if it will continue playing out like this, but you can see there's a W on the weekly forming. This needs to get above the this part of the W here to break out and to show that it's actually going to, start mooning against ETH. So, but this is a higher low being put in, which is nice. And yeah, we just need to break above this W on the weekly, or this part of the W on the weekly, and then it could be go time for Pulse. Could be. Now, if Ethereum starts tanking really bad, it could be that Pulse is holding stagnant and not moving, and then ETH is going down. That would also create the same kind of effect because we're measuring in the terms of ETH and not the dollar. But this is super exciting. I saw this morning. I'm like, wow, I would love to see this W complete. And then if it goes, guys, maybe it goes against this local high. Man, that would be super exciting. Once again, man, if you understand crypto and you understand narratives and you understand, product market fit, Ethereum is not going anywhere. This is going to be a great cycle for Ethereum. It's just got its ETF, and it's been struggling a little bit because Bitcoin's been, the star of the show. But there's no doubt in my head that Ethereum is going to do freaking fantastic during this cycle. And I feel like right now the FUD that we see, like, oh, Uniswap is leaving Ethereum. What's the point of Ethereum anymore? All these L2s. It's just these narratives towards the bottom of the Ethereum / BTC ratio. We're not quite at the bottom yet, but man, we are definitely close to the bottom of that ratio. And when ETH flips bullish against BTC, that's when we're going to start seeing all this stuff pump extremely hard. And it's going to happen, guys. Not financial advice. I'm just a dude in the internet. But for me and my money and the way I invest, that's what I believe. And when that happens, as long as we can keep forming great structure with Pulse Chain against Ethereum, well, that shows us, it's moon time on top of moon time. And that's what Pulse. Pulse is the layer one. You can go down the threshold and you go to PulseX, you go to Hex, you go to Inc, all the other phenomenal tokens, which are more leverage on top of Pulse, and they might move harder. Who knows? Or Pulse might still the show light once we break out here. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see. I feel like Pulse has not had a time to be the star of the show yet. It just hasn't. And I think it will catch its time. But this is great formation on the weekly. Let's see if it can complete. Let's take the line chart off, just kind of see what we're seeing here. There we go. There we go. Just taking the candles, put it back on the line. So we will keep you guys updated as we close out the week on this. So, all right. Well, what's going on with you guys before I go into today's kind of topic of the show? First off, you guys are here at the DeFi Crypto Alliance show where we're doing our best to bridge that gap of our entrepreneurial friends, our real estate guys. That's the space that we come from. I was flipping houses and wholesaling houses for about 10 years, 11 years. And now all I do is crypto, and we run our community and help get the good word of the trust out living in Puerto Rico. It's pretty awesome. So, but we have a lot of community. We got a lot of friends. We got a lot of family who are still in real estate doing this. So we're bringing them into crypto so they can use crypto as a wealth creation tool, teaching them true DeFi. And it's been an awesome time. We have over 250 members in our community now. And we're bridging those guys over to the crypto community. And at the right time, with the crypto guys, we're going to help you guys get exposure if you want it at the market cycle top to real estate, oil and gas investments, mobile home parks, whatever it is. We have a lot of guys doing all kinds of stuff in our community. And if you want to kind of lock in your bull market gains, come 2025, 2026, well, our community will be the right place for that. And then all you got to do is put that trust in place. And then now you get to defer the taxes too. So you get to use a true wealth preservation tool. And then you can hang out for like whatever it is, a year to a year and a half, until like it's time to start maybe laddering back into the crypto markets when Bitcoin bottoms. Because it's always like a year from the top, you see the Bitcoin bottom. And so then you can start, DCAing back into the markets when Bitcoin bottoms. Maybe you DC. I'd highly recommend, it's not financial advice, actually. I highly recommend for me, my money, to only DCA into Bitcoin and Ethereum for the first year after it bottoms. You don't start going to altcoins until 6 months before the halving. I learned that the hard way this cycle. So start dollar cost halving. And when you do that, when you're coming out of the real estate deals and when you're coming out of whatever investments you're doing, maybe some business and mergers that you're doing and doing some roll-ups, and when you get out of those positions, it's easy to go right back into crypto inside this trust and still be deferring those taxes. And once again, we'll be talking a lot more about this as we're moving along in time. And I'll bring Chris back on maybe next week to really dive deep on that trust and that you guys can set up. It's free to set up. You can get it ready now. The only qualification is like when you use the trust, your portfolio needs to be worth $500,000. But like we're talking about the top of the bull, guys. Like who knows what is going to be worth $500,000 on top of the bull in these assets? Will it be 50 grand starting now? Will it be 20 grand starting now? 10 grand, 5 grand? I don't know. I like to think that as little as 5 grand that can turn into $500,000 in our assets. And yeah, if I was speculating with my money, I would speculate in that direction. And then I could use the trust to exit out and go into some real world assets, lock those gains in, get me some legacy wealth procured for my generations to come after me, and then go and participate bottom again when it all rolls over. So that is the main mission we are on with the DeFi Crypto Alliance. That is completely it. And we're doing this with the people that we love and care, and with you guys, because we love and care about you guys. This community, man, this is the best community in crypto, period, bar none. I don't care what anyone says. This has been just an amazing journey. I've been meeting so many people and have established so many relationships, hanging out with coffee on Friday. That'll be fun. Going to Panama in January to hang out with all the No Permission guys and Randy Halarski, and that'll be a great time. And it's just, man, it's such an awesome journey to be on this wealth creation with you guys. So let's go ahead and check in with you guys, though, in the chat. D Nice number one. What up, bro? What happened to the red squirrel, bro? Did you steal his nuts? And now he's out like looking for what happened there, man? Woo! Beating red squirrel to the punch. Kaiser, what is up? How are you doing? Good evening. Yes, I saw you comment good evening. So that's why I made sure on opening the show, I also said evening to my Pulsican brothers and sisters. So yeah, good morning and good evening, wherever part of the world you are on. Here in Puerto Rico, it's afternoon. It's 12:03 p.m. right now in Puerto Rico. So for me, it's neither morning or evening. Everything Thailand today. What's up? Finally catch you live. Pulse, PulseX Inc., Hex, NE Hex. I like it. I like it. We only win. I agree, man. I agree. It's just a matter of time. we've already seen a lot of interest in these assets, and those price charts look beautiful. Once again, guys, I know I've talked about this so many times. Like, these are the price charts now that you can point to when you're onboarding people, and you can like, look, like, people are interested. Back in the beginning of the year, Pulse did a 5x. PulseX did like, I don't know, it was like a 9x. Inc did like a 25x or something stupid. And then just more recently, Hex has done like a 5 to a 7x. It was it bottomed at decimal 003536, and we got up to about 1.9, a little over 1.9 cents, almost 2 cents. So like, that's great. That's like 6-7x. So now you can point to the price chart and go, look, guys, there is interest here. You see it catching a bid. People are buying it. It's just the timing of the cycle hasn't kicked in yet. And you can show, and it's not like you're just pointing to a flatline chart that's just been decimated. Like, that was hard when the SEC first hit us, and we were going months into that. Like, that was a hard chart to point to and to onboard to. You're like, yeah, that's when the SEC hit us. And yeah, we've been pretty much flatlined for the last 5 months or whatever. I can't remember what it was. That's a hard chart. Okay. It really is. But guys, today the chart's not hard to look at and go, okay, it's time to onboard. Like, it's all there. The story is there. So when moon, sir, I think somewhere around Christmas, man. I'm just speculating. This is never financial advice. I'm going to do it on the internet. Buy stocks and bonds, like Stomy says, right? Go talk to a financial advisor. But for me, man, I wouldn't be surprised if Christmas, around that time, we get old ante Judge Carroll, who does a release of the court or a dismissal. Sorry. And then, you have the rest of altcoin season kind of kicking in at the same time, meaning that Ethereum ETFs are starting to catch a bid, like a strong one. And man, we could really see some rockets if that happens. And as most of you guys know, what my 5 rocket engines are. I'll talk about it again real quick for you guys who are new here. We got 121 watching. If you guys are watching on Twitter, come over, smash the like, hit the subscribe over on YouTube. And guys on YouTube, make sure you do the same. And also Twitter, you can retweet this. It'd be great. It'd be awesome to get some new folks in here. And talking about the good word of crypto and real estate and everything from not paying taxes to health too. I love health, although I don't spend a whole lot of time on it because I know I'll bore you guys. But the 5 rocket engines on our rocket ship, because we're just on the ship together waiting with bags packed. One, which already happened, and I think it's one of the most bullish ones, and that's Trump getting into office. That's massive for all of crypto, for the entire markets. 2, SEC clarity, which I feel like, we've gotten a taste from this last court date, and we'll see what happens. I think we're very close to getting some of that clarity. So that's number 2. Number 3 is RH streaming again. I don't care what you guys say. RH needs to stream if you want to go to the absolute moon, Mars, stars beyond, because he instills confidence and he brings community together, and he's a leader. Every good business, every good organization has leadership. And so with his leadership, I think it would be more impactful than even the ETH rotations, in my personal opinion. So obviously him streaming. So that's rocket engine number 3. Rocket engine number 4 is ETH ETF. Net inflows going positive, like on a consistent basis, right? We're seeing it kind of go back and forth. I think we're positive right now, although ETH seems like they can't catch a bid right now. So, but if that happens, because there's 317,000 Ethereum that likes to buy our stuff, that ETH mooning would be absolutely parabolic for us. It's number 4. And number 5, which a lot of you guys might not know about, is privacy pools. They have been working and testing privacy pools over on PulseX testnet before. Whether that happens or not, I don't know, right? Like, this is very high speculation, but I love the idea because whales don't want to be front run. And they're people too, right? They want to come in and participate in the market and not have people dump on their heads. And so that would be a great use case, for the bigger players. and we would be the first EVM chain with privacy pools. And so that would be, be impactful because we're first to market with something. That's huge. And so I feel like that's rocket engine number 5. If that fires off, man, you don't have to have all 5 firing off for us to get some nice gains this bull run. But if all 5 did fire off, oh boy, hold on to your shorts. It is going to be so awesome. That's for damn sure. We're going to be flying way past the moon, way past Mars, once again, to the stars is where we would be going if all 5 of those were to fire off. So my personal opinion, not financial advice. Once again, I'm just a dude here, speculates on my money. You coming to Monaco? I'll come to visit, man. Real billionaire boys. I will come out to the visit. Probably going to be hanging out in China for a year or 2 during the top of this bull or after. My wife's from Shanghai. So we're going to go, hang out there regardless, starting probably the middle of next year. And I'll be there for a while. Who knows how long. But I'll come to Monaco and visit, man. Just can't move there. Now I got a family, got a wife and 2 girls. So, but we can come visit. That's for damn sure. Tin Top, what's up? That's a Kinsman. What is a good word, my friend? How are we doing? Duke of Booze. Cheers, everyone. I'm going to cheers you, Duke of Booze, with my pure soda water. Reminds me, I got to take a supplement. So, cheers to you, my friend, and cheers to the green candles coming. That's for damn sure. Trent Henderson, hi, Corey. Good morning. What's up, Trent? How are you doing, man? You're out there on the other side of the world also, man. Good day to you, sir. Thanks for tuning in. I'm hoping you got your position set. Trent is in our community, and he's been working on doing some DCAing, and we are getting ready to go to the rocket. We're going to get on the rocket together and go to the stars. Everything Thailand today, 11 p.m. here in Thailand. Man, you are out there in the same area Trent's at across the world. It's late there, 11 p.m. I am night. Like 10 p.m., Randy's starting to stream again it's 10 p.m. in Puerto Rico, and I can't even stay up with that. Like turn it on, and 5 minutes later, I'm freaking out. So much power to you for showing up at 11 p.m. Corey going off early today. Good to see you. Yeah, getting a little bit of an early start on the show just because I got to get off here around 12:30 my time at the very latest. If I get off a little earlier, great, just because I got a lot of stuff I'm trying to get done. But, I'm getting the schedule cleaned up. Man, they're telling you every time the time shifts an hour forward or back in the U.S., Puerto Rico and Arizona, we don't change our times. And that's usually where I'm at, is in Puerto Rico or Arizona, or mainly Puerto Rico more so lately. But, it screws the calendar up so bad when you guys shift. Hate it. That's the thing, cause a 4x, a negative 4x. Yeah, that's probably about accurate. I did a lot of my buying down in those ranges, thank God. That's when I was throwing up in my mouth because it felt like I was just dumping my money down the toilet. And I was, putting in some good-sized clips, at least for me. For me, it's good-sized clips. And so I didn't feel good. I did not feel good. Oh, my God. I will remember some of these experiences that you go through in crypto, you will remember for the rest of your life. No matter how hard we moon and the rewards are there down the road, it don't matter, man. You don't forget that shit. This sucks. It sucked. I mean, when the SEC news came out, I was in freaking Arizona and I just moved my family. I had just moved my family to Puerto Rico from Arizona. I was back in Arizona to take care of some last minute stuff to go back to Puerto Rico, getting all this stuff, all while throwing I was throwing $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 clips into the market, and then freaking SEC news hit, man. And that was just good. I remember standing in the kitchen. I was in Arizona. I'm just holy crap. My stomach was sick. I didn't know what to think of it. I didn't, it takes a minute for the process. Those kind of they're like it's trauma. It's freaking trauma. Literally. That is the best way to explain it. No matter how much money we make in this, man, that trauma, I'll remember that for the rest of my life. That's for damn sure. Whew. That was sickening. Kaiser, Christmas sounds good. Plus, we get a Richard Hardship. Yeah, he likes to do that, man, around the holidays. It wouldn't surprise me, Kaiser, if if there was some clarity from Anthony Carroll, which, before that, which it could, will it? I don't know, that we might see a live stream. Man, I would love a live stream. That would be greatest. Although his videos were almost as good. Like, yeah, he speaks just almost the same on his videos. So, but man, it's going to be a good Christmas. That's what I think. Why will we not be concerned that the price hasn't gone up much given all the good news as election SEC? Because we're not in altcoin season yet, Spencer. We're not there. It's winding up right now. Even Ethereum's not doing anything, and we're massive leverage on Ethereum. We need that to go first. And historically, altcoin season does not start until the end of the year, around this time of the cycle. Bitcoin's always the star of the show first. It's going to be the one that pumps first. And then when Bitcoin cools off, altcoin season starts. That's why. Hi-ho, Hex. Stopwatch blue hand timer. Yes, yes. Hex Monkey, let's go. What up, bro, man? What's the good word? Frank, hey, Corey's open mic tomorrow same time. Yeah, it should be. Let me look at my calendar real quick and see if the time is going to be the same. The time is going to be the same. So 12 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, which is, I believe, 11 a.m. EST time for you, Frank. It's Q4, Corey. It's always bullish. Paul Sachs, man, I am bullish Q4 towards the end. Holidays. Like, let's get through Thanksgiving and start sending this shit to the moon. I wouldn't mind it, guys, and one more DCA, even though it's sickening. I'm DCA exhausted. But it's like I know a year from now I'll be looking back and be like, oh man, I wish I'd have got one more in. That's so it's always a blessing in disguise. It's not the funnest disguise. It sometimes hurts, but Bro, is there anything on Pulse Chain like Tornado Cash where we can send crypto to another wallet without being tracked? Not yet, man, but once the privacy pools come out, you will be able to do this. The bridge will be private. Swapping around will be private. There was a fork of a Tornado Cash. I don't know what happened to those guys. Maybe you guys could comment, some of you guys who've been around, who that fork was. And then I don't know if they launched or if they didn't. Maybe they're flying under the radar because the type of protocol that is, right? It's to hide things. And so there was a fork. I remember there was a sacrifice way back in the day, back when all the stupid sacrifices were going around. These guys had one, and it was a Tornado Cash fork. If you guys know any more about that, it'd be great to drop in the chat there. But yeah, that's all I know. And, people are scared to build that kind of stuff. So guys, what I want to talk about though, real quick, made me so effing bullish on Hex. I already told you guys, like when I was over in the El Yunque Mountains, when I was out there, Hex surpassed the number one dollar value of any asset in my portfolio. I was like, holy shit, even over my Pulse. And I didn't mind it because of this data here that I'm going to show you. Let me bring it up for you. Now, full disclosure, I have not triple checked this data, but it is by a very reputable member in the community. And I'm not talking about Axis. Axis is too, but I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about Martin down here that you're seeing. And he's a very reputable, I feel like, OG that has been given some pretty good data. He talks about chain analysis stuff, sometimes maybe too much, but he's a great community member with a lot of value that comes out of his account. And so this was very interesting. Axis did a tweet, though, talking about, market caps of all the blue chips, which is really cool, because I feel like for these type of blue chips, the market caps are in pretty good value and have a lot of room to grow, which I like. Even Hex, if you were to say that Hex 1.64 billion market cap, where it was like $47 billion market cap last cycle, we still have a lot of room to grow. And that's if you're counting all the Hex. I think he excludes the OA address there, but you're counting all Hex that's out there in existence and stakes, I do believe. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong about that. Then you got Pulse, which is 895 million market cap. It's not even a billion. I love that. And Pulse X, $653 million market cap. You know, I love all these numbers. 105 million for Inc. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, even with Inc. being a rewards token. I do believe there was, if I remember right, Cake. I think Cake went to a multiple billion-dollar market cap last cycle, but I could be wrong about that. But Martin said, and this is very interesting, and he's very good with chain analysis, and he's very good with just knowing where the supply is at, in my opinion, because he's always talking about it. He says liquid hex plus short-term stakes. So that means, guys, you know, in the next year, right? That's a short-term stake, a year or less, which is this cycle now. You're talking about all the liquid hex, all the stakes coming due up into the next year for this cycle. So it's all of what's going to be in available supply for this cycle. It's about 10 billion coins, excluding the OA and Godwell. And that's it's funny. You see how he includes Godwell in his you know, commentary there. When I talk about 317,000 ETH, you know, this is why I include, because they're may not be the same entity, but I feel like they're very closely tied together. It might be like Richard's buddy, like literally one of his best friends or something. Who knows? But anyways, so he's saying there's 10 billion coins. Basically, that's going to be slushing around this market cycle. So if you know that, well, then now it makes it easier to try to figure out, okay, if I want to take profits this cycle, which you should, and it's fine to have stakes. Look, guys, I got stakes. I got HSIs. Right? Yeah, I got a lot of them from back in the day when I was getting a good discount on them. You know, but you guys also know how I feel about staking too much of your hex. You know, the longer you stake, the more risk you add on your plate. You get some of you guys are gonna get pissed at me. I get it. But the longer you go out, the more risk you add on your plate. So make sure you're taking some profits in this cycle to hedge out the risk, right? There's nothing wrong with having some stakes going out. That's okay. But like, take profits on your way to that point, so you're hedging your risk. A staking ladder can do that, but make sure that you front load a lot of your hex with a staking ladder, in my opinion. So that's just my the way I build out my portfolio. It's not financial advice, but now we have a gauge. We have a measuring stick. We're like, oh, so 10 billion coins is the total supply. All right, well, what would it take if I wanted to be a dolphin? And like, yeah, and I know you guys are right now, you're like, oh my God, Corey, you know what you're talking about. The dolphin and shark and well positioned in hex is in T-shares. Now, that's stupid narrative bullshit, guys. I'm sorry. T-shares is not hex. This is not how it works. And I don't gauge my hex supply by the T-shares. T-shares will tell me how much I might make in the future. Yes, but I'm not going to go and, I'm a dolphin in T-shares. You can do that, but it has nothing to do about your supply of hex and what your measuring stick is over there. There's two different things. And in the entire crypto space, this is not only in Pulse Chain, but everywhere, you measure the supply by the percentage of the total supply, right? So you take the percentage of total supply, and then you have your sea creature accordingly, whether you're a whale, a shark, a dolphin. And so, yeah, don't give me the T-share bullshit. It's fine for T-shares, but it's not fine for hex. Sorry, it's just not how it works. And the reason why they spit that narrative out there for you guys is because they want you to keep staking and not hold any hex liquid. Be careful of that. They want to shove that narrative down your throat so you can be exit liquidity. Yeah, I'm going to piss some of you guys off right now. I know. But that's why the narratives exist, okay? Nothing wrong with staking. I get it. But understand, you're in this for wealth creation. Get some money this cycle, okay? Well, at 10 billion, man, to be a dolphin, you only need 1 million coins. That's right. You only need 1 million coins to be a dolphin, to have 0.01% of the supply that's for this cycle, to be a dolphin. That's pretty effing awesome, especially being that you can still pick up 1 million hex. And this is P hex, guys, so we're talking about. I'm sure E hex has similar metrics, but the dollar values will be different. But you can pick up 1 million P hex now for around $16,000. I don't know what the price is. It got down as low as $3,500, right? $3,500 for 1 million hex, which was great. That was a great deal. I was able to buy some down there, thank goodness. But even still, 17 grand, that could be worth, who knows, $1 million this cycle if Hex goes to $1, assuming. It's not financial advice either. But I mean, I'd buy $1 million for 17 grand every single day of the week. Why wouldn't you? So that's very interesting. So now we know what we're kind of up against as far as like when we want to sell, when we want to like buy, when we want to do anything during the cycle, we know what kind of coin count we are up against, right? And for me, I'm like, okay, well, if I'm going to make an impact out of this coin, I need that. For me and my money, I like holding dolphin positions at the very least. If you can get to a shark, great. A shark would be 10 million coins. And that would be about $170,000, or 180, depending on what the price is today. And that gets to where it could be a little bit pricey for some. For other people, they could probably still afford it. But, it's interesting. So we now have this measuring stick going forward through the cycle where we stand kind of against all the supply. And this is very important. So I just want to point this out to you guys. It makes me extremely bullish because the overall supply that we thought was out there, which is roughly about, 88, 90 million coins. Billion, 88 to 90 something billion coins. I know some of you guys will know that's now most of that's non-relevant for this cycle. So it's extremely bullish. In fact, he even says, he goes far, and that makes Hex about $170 million market cap, meaning that it is up there right under PulseX and between Ink and PulseX. So it's the, Ink being the smallest market cap with Hex being the second smallest, meaning the second least expensive on this, if you're going to measure it by market cap and supply. That's interesting to think about, isn't it? Hex should be right there between Ink and PulseX. And then Pulse would be the biggest supply and the biggest market cap, which also makes sense why it's maybe moving the slowest. And you got Hex and Ink, who have been kind of the star of the show. Ink was the first time, and now Hex is this time. Now, whether they trade back and forth, who knows? But this is just interesting data to analyze and think through when you're building out your portfolio, your positions, and trying to figure out exactly, where you stand during this cycle. So very important stuff, guys. And so you can act accordingly. Like, okay, I want to make X amount of money out of Hex. Here's how many coins I should probably have. And you can kind of guesstimate or speculate what the price will be this cycle. Don't go too high on the speculation, but you can really put some numbers to paper with this. And you have a fighting chance against the total overall supply if you have enough coins, right? You could be one of the ones dumping, right? Or buying, whatever it is. So, yeah, it's cool stuff, guys. Just wanted to point that out today. Made me extremely bullish on Hex and the future of Hex and where we're going. And so you guys now have a better measuring stick. Now, I can't take credit for that. I'm just sharing along the message. That's all I'm doing, passing the message along. I didn't create this. Martin's the one that was talking about the total supply. Axis was the one talking about market cap. So the credit to those guys. And it's fun to think about. That's for damn sure. All right, let's check back in with you guys before we wind the day down. Ruth, there was a fork on Tonneau Cash and say ZKZX. I remember that, but that got rugged. There was another one way prior. I cannot remember it. And it's not Beetroot. I see Beetroot in there too. It wasn't it. It was another one too. Their ex hasn't had any posting since January. Oh, yeah. That's because it is a rug pull. What up, Sal, the crypto food? The builders are here. The builders are here. Man, I love you guys. Keep on building, man. Let's effing go. Let me know when the Bride protocol goes live. That'll be fun. Everything Thailand. Yeah, Beetroot. Yep. That's what they say. Who knows, man? You never know. It's just that's the risk you play, by going in these like real speculative coins. There's brand new projects coming out on Pulse Chain right now. The airdrops I've gotten from stakes in my average 30% APY plus big payday stakes. For me, this has been I agree, man. That's a lot in there that adds up to be a lot more than 30% APY. A lot more, which is super, super cool. All right. Super bullish on both Hex and EHEX. I can't stop it. Hexing around. My wife says I am a Hex whore. Every Thailand. Yeah. I am too, man. I am too. Although I do own a lot more PX than I do EHEX. Who knows? Maybe I'll be wrong and EHEX will freaking moon hard. I don't mind. Red Squirrel, oi, oi, my man. What's up, bro? You're way down here in the chat today. Timmy, what's up? I personally staked Hex on the actuator, then farmed the actuator token with some liquid to trade pulse chain waves. Working well so far. Yeah, man, the actuator protocol looks really effing cool. It's how the bond markets work. It's a way of taking some value out on some of your HSIs or their particular asset. I don't know, it's something, they have another name for it. That's very similar to the HSI. They have the 3,000 token and the 5,000 token. Really some cool stuff over there that's going to add more value to Hex and allow you to take value out based off a time-weighted average, like a bond market. And you can actually you can play against those bond pricings too, like the bond market when the yield curve reverses or something like that. It goes deep, man. But it's cool stuff. Super stoked for them to be over here doing this, man. And then the guy who creates an OG Hexagon too. He's from the bond market world, and so yeah, maybe I'll ask him to come on the show. I like what he's got going on. I might do that. I might ask him to come on the show and kind of break some of the stuff down live for you guys, because it's pretty. You make it simple too. Like you don't have to do all the crazy stuff. There's more money for all of us, really. NJ Dub, pretty sure people say to stake Hex because if you were holding the whole time for years and 2 months ago, you got wrecked instead of mining more coins the whole time. Yep. I mean, I'm a firm believer of market cycles. And these last few years proved it to me. I will not ever bet against the cycles. The majority of my portfolios will be sold somewhere near the top. I don't have to catch the perfect top, not even close, and then buy somewhere near the bottom. That's it. Right. And if we're students of the cycle, we can kind of gauge where that's at by being a student of the cycle. So in crypto, the biggest thing that I am studying, learning that I want is the timing and the cycles. That's totally it. That's how I know like we should have some kind of like altcoin season here at the end of the year. So I was just being a student of it. There it is. Tin Top. That's it. Hurricash. Thank you so much. Are they existent, or do they freaking rug too, man? What happened with those guys? Yeah, that was the Tornado Cash fork. I don't know whatever transpired to that. They did a sacrifice and everything. I didn't sack for it, thank goodness. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it exists or not. So let us know, Tin Top, if it exists or not. Super Snake, there was a sack for Hurricash. Yeah, that's it. And it was like a year before Pulse Chain launched. That's why I remember it. Because it was like during the time of all those projects, Mintra, Liquid Loans, you know, when they were all just coming out one after another, and that was one of them. Let's what, Fast Abdul? I just don't understand. Talk bribes? I'm guessing probably. Never launched. Devs worried about SEC shit after the thousands of cash drama. Yeah, but man, they did a sacrifice. I mean, I get it. No expectations, right? But man, what? They should do something or return the money. Well, let's talk bribes. Oh, yeah, see, I knew what you were going to say, bro. I knew it. You can use block blend on Pulse Chain and mix your pulse. Oh, there you go. Block blend. Block blend. Similar concept to Tornado Cash, but different tech. Oh, man. Hex Monkey bringing the alpha, bro. You got the alpha this morning. What's up? Block blend. I got to remember that for my own, just to know it. I will remember if I forget it to reach out to Hex Monkey. That's how I'll remember it. Triple Shark Life. Let's go, man. In Hex, you have Triple Shark. You have 30 million liquid Hex. Ooh, you are sitting real good if you got 30 million liquid Hex for this cycle. Now, this cycle, you could have 30 million Hex staked over the course of 15 years. It don't count. It's got to be for this cycle. But man, if you are 30 million hex in this cycle, you are sitting pretty, my friend. What is the value of that today? That is like, what do you got? 170 grand for every 10 million, roughly, depending on what the price of hex is. I don't want to look. 170 grand times 3. It's $500,000 in liquid hex. Woo, baby. I love that. Yeah. Block blend. Yep. That's it. HTT 3005 and 7. It's a really cool project, guys. I might have the founder on. I'm going to ask him to come on sometime. I haven't gotten involved yet, but I think I will. I'll probably play with it. I'm liking everything I'm seeing about it. I even, I saw them debuting it in one of our little masterminds, and he was showing the front end, and it looks cool as shit, man. A lot of good stuff over there. A lot to learn about, which is also fun, right? Yeah, website. I don't know it, man. I don't know it. Actuator something probably. Bring him on. Actuator, big brain OG with legacy background. Good stuff. Yeah, man. He's from the bond market, which is like, that shit's a lot over, that game theory, right, is over my head. It's really cool stuff. Actuator printing. I love it, man. Going burr. Yes. Hurricash Rugged did it. Someone said they just did it. They're afraid of launching to the SEC. Who knows how true that is, or if they're just using it as an excuse. I didn't sacrifice for it, man. I mean, I like the idea. We need stuff like, we need everything we can get over here that big boy ETH has in these other ecosystems, right? But yeah, I didn't sacrifice for it. Bro, that beetroot, I had a lot staked in there and I cleaned the rewards. The rewards did not arrive in my wallet. Oh, shit. I told the team. They told me to go F myself. Like, literally, like, is that the verbiage they used? I'm a scammer, and they blocked me. Wow. Holy shit, bro. That's crazy. Thought of, I better watch all my ad. Yeah, I did. Then 5 days later, they rugged. So I was like, oh, you got out right before. Holy crap, dude. Congrats on that, man. I was not in Beetroot. I didn't participate in all of it. I didn't even buy the tokens. So yeah. So that was good for me either way. I didn't make any money on it. I didn't lose any money, right? It's I don't mind. So guys, well, that's going to be it for today. Remember, guys, man, there's not a lot of available hex this cycle. Like, this is so effing bullish, man. 10 billion coins, about $170 million market cap. Guys, I mean, this is and you have stuff like Actuator coming out that's going to freaking eat a lot of the supply up. That's what it's going to do. It's going to end up creating a lot more like HSI type stakes. I can't remember the name of them. But like, you can create those in there. And then HTT probably, like the coins. Maybe it's the same thing. Probably is the same. I don't know. Maybe it's the same thing. I need to learn more about it. I need to bring them on. But like, guys, I mean, come on, man. I mean, 1 million hex and you're a freaking dolphin. I don't know. Have you been DCAing and you get like 500,000 hex and you're like, buy some Pulse X, buy some Mink. I'm going to go buy this shit coin. Now you got a new metric. Like, you look at your portfolio like, you know what? Maybe I need to get to that million hex, right? Or maybe if you have like, you're a bigger player and you have 5 million hex, 6 million hex. Maybe now you're like, oh, maybe I should get to 10 million hex. I don't know. It's how I think about this stuff, guys. Yeah. Or if you have 30 million hex, you're in pretty good shape. Could still take a lot to get to a whale position. That have to be 100 million hex. But still, think about that, guys. 100 million hex is a well position for this cycle. That's not like I know some players who have that amount. I know players who have that amount. There's some guys out here in Puerto Rico have that amount. Like, and before they were thinking like they were like a shark. Now they're a whale. The league's moved up, guys. So that for me is like, oh, I need to take some initiative and make sure my league is locked and loaded for this cycle. So, do what you want with that information, guys. I loved it. It really inspired me. Once again, all credit due to Martin on the information of the supply and then access on market caps and pointing these things out on Twitter. And yeah, you always are just looking for data to make the best educated decision for the data you have at the time. This is new data for me. So once again, guys, you want to 10x your portfolio. The only way you're going to do that is if you go out there and 10x the value you bring to your community, to your fellow man, your fellow woman, and then you could take that value, which is returned to you, aka money, and bring it in and leverage crypto to 10x your freaking life, free yourself, break those chains, the curse of mediocrity. Once again, I feel like God puts one person in every family lineage to break that curse, to change the trajectory of their family tree forevermore and create legacy wealth. I believe everyone is here is appointed that one person in their family lineage, because that's why you're here, to use crypto as that tool. That's all it is. It's a tool to break the chains, guys. And so on that note, I'll see you tomorrow for Open Mic Friday. Unless something else changes, we are still on for it. And have a good one, guys. Peace.